Have a little home gym in my garage. It's my wife's hand right there.
Is my little head in that?
No, you can't see anything but your hand coming out of nowhere. Hey guys, this is Chad Hernandez. I'm coming at you with a home workout video. Now, it's not your typical home workout video where it's in your living room, but this is my garage. I just have a few pieces of equipment. I have a bench right there. The back part is adjustable, and I have the leg extension and leg curl extension on the end of it, which you'll see. And right now I'm using the rack. The rack is for either this or overhead press, or you can put the bench under it. That came with the bench, and you put the bench under it, and you can do bench press. And also in the background, you can see I got a power tower. You can do pull-ups, chin-ups, dips, leg raises, whatever you want. Alright, so I'm starting out with squats. This is my leg and shoulder routine. And squats I usually do first with legs, like 99% of the time. So I started out with 205, and then I moved to 255. Let me give you a couple tips on squats. So a good tip on squats is find out where you like to put the bar. There's a high bar or a low bar. So high bar is like up on top of your traps, and low bar is like in between your trap muscles and the start of your upper lat muscles. It's like right below your traps, the little piece below your traps. And then next, first thing I like to think about is driving through my heels, putting my weight on my heels. And you don't need to be balanced on your heels. Just focus on driving your heels into the ground. So you don't need to be so focused on your heels that your toes are coming up off the ground. Next is when I start, that's the first thing I think about. When I start going down. I take a deep breath right when I start going down into my stomach, not into my chest, into my stomach. And then I hold that throughout the rep until I go back up. Now, when you start going down, you want to kind of bring your hips back, keep your knees over your toes, and then make sure you start using your hamstrings and your glutes to hold your position at least parallel. You can't go lower than parallel, but at least parallel, and then go back up. Now, you don't have to use an explosive power to go back up. You just, make it up. You don't want to drop, but you don't need to like be jumping off the ground. Your weight might not be heavy enough if you're doing that. All right, next I'm gonna do leg extensions. One of my favorite exercise. I usually do leg extensions hypertrophy because I've seen great results from it, and I just love it. It's just one of my favorite things. So usually I put my hands, a tip for this is I put my hands on my quads so I can feel my muscles contracting. I get that mind-body connection doing that. Now, sometimes it gets really heavy and I end up grabbing the seat, or grabbing the bars on a regular machine, or the handles, excuse me. But this is one of my favorite exercises I'm doing. I'm pushing 160 here, I believe. And yeah, I love it. I'd usually, yeah, like I said, I do hypertrophy like 15 to 20 reps, and it burns, guys. Deal with it. This will get you that nice split. It'll get those muscles, the part of the muscle that's going to create that split in your quads. So it's not going to give a definition, but it'll grow muscles that will eventually give your legs that split look. Alright, so next is lying down hamstring curls is bench. The seat part does not go down like a machine usually would. So my butt's coming off of the bench because usually the seat is like angled down, so your body doesn't do that, but you still get the same workout as you would on a regular machine. Right here, you want to make sure you're focusing on a contraction of your hamstrings. A lot of people just want to throw their ankles up. Use your hamstrings, just like when you're doing a bicep curl. It should feel like the same way. When you start growing your hamstrings, or if you have growing hamstrings, you will know that your hamstring is like a bicep right below your glute on the back of your leg. So that's the kind of feeling that you get when you do these. That's the kind of feeling you should be getting when you do this exercise.
I'm going to jump into some shoulders, and I like to use wrist straps. I needed to use them when my wrists really started tweaking. If you ever hurt in the wrist, or if you want to just prevent injury for your wrists, I feel like it also lets you focus on your chest or your shoulders rather than having to worry about. It helps with balance.
All right, guys, one of my favorite things to do ever. This is become one of my favorite exercises, period. Overhead shoulder press standing. Now, why did I start liking this exercise? I have seen substantial progress in my shoulders since I have started doing this exercise. Now, it is just amazing. If you do not have this exercise inside of your shoulder workout, you need to start implementing it. You need to start getting strong at it. You need to start adding some volume with this exercise. Seriously, guys, start working on it. This is amazing. I cannot stress how important it is to implement this exercise into your training routine. Now, you might want to start doing.
Alright, I'm about to do some dumbbell lateral raises. A couple tips on dumbbell lateral raises. Don't have such a tight grip. I personally start right here at my thigh. Lift, elbows driving up. So your elbows, you're gonna drive through your elbows. Don't drive through your wrists like this. A lot of people want to do the whole wing thing. They want to do some flying with some dumbbell lateral raises. What you're gonna do is you're gonna use your elbows to drive through. So elbows. See how my elbows are slightly higher than my hands? So when you do that, your delts are going to contract. You feel a pinch in your delts. It might feel a little awkward at first if you don't do them like that, but just elbows, drive through your elbows, not through your wrists or your shoulders or your traps. Drive through your elbows, okay? Those are my tips on that. I'm about to do, this is 30 pounds. I'm gonna try to do 3 sets of 12. Last time I did 3 sets of 10. So I'm gonna try and beat that, add more volume to the workout. Talk more about that a little bit later. But yeah, this is actually my last exercise. You don't have to go super heavy on these guys. Dumbbell lateral raises, you don't need to go be grabbing 60s and just trying to throw them up there. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get these done. And that's gonna be it for the day. If you wanna add some shoulder shrugs for your exercise, that's fine.
Like I said, guys, sorry, this is my last exercise. I had stuff to do. Usually I would add a couple more things like front dumbbell raises or rear delt lateral raises.
Yeah, so that was my little legs and shoulder routine. So I talked about increasing your volume for your per workouts. Now, increasing your volume means if you did a 100-pound bench for 5 reps, then that's 500 pounds of volume. So let's say you did 3 sets, so that's 1,500 pounds. Your next time you go to the gym, you want to have more than 1,500 pounds in volume. Now, a lot of people don't track their workouts, and I used to all the time, and then I fell off the wagon, and I just don't have to take a piece of paper to the gym, and I couldn't find an app that really worked for me, but I did. found this app. This app is amazing. This app is called Rep Count. Okay? Has a little dumbbell. The one at the bottom right there. Right there. Okay? Rep Count. It's amazing. I'm not going to go through a tutorial of it, but you can create your own workouts. You can actually create your own exercises, add them to your workouts, add sets, delete sets. It's amazing. Go ahead, get familiar with it. Maybe I'll do a tutorial video on it one day, but it is free. That's why I'm also mentioning it. It's good. Track your workouts with it. Make sure you're adding volume. You'll see. You'll view statistics when you do your exercise at the bottom right. I'll say view statistics and press all sets. It'll show you what you've done, all the sets that you've logged. Okay, it's awesome. If you like this, go ahead and press that thumbs up button. Share this with your friends. Okay, support my channel, subscribe, and guys, keep flexing. Guys, keep flexing.